The only thing that has allowed scientists to come close to knowing the universe for as long as they have been studying and comprehending it is how the universe has expanded over time. What if, though, this believed expansion was a fabrication? Cosmologists claim that all of this had to have been part of the universe's formation, but what if this wasn't the case? Was it really so bad for scientists and astronauts to keep wasting their time researching something that wasn't really happening? A startling discovery revealed by the James Webb Telescope has gone viral, making it difficult to believe in the existence, the beginning, and even expansion of the cosmos. So is the universe actually expanding? Keep watching, and we might just tell you. With the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope into space to investigate the various mysteries of the universe, such as the origin of the universe, galaxies, planets, solving the dark mysteries surrounding this vast void known as the universe, and so much more. Nobody expected to discover something as unbelievable related to the expansion of the universe, also known as the Big Bang. In a nutshell, the Big Bang theory holds that matter in the past and present of the universe both started to exist at the same moment, some 13.8 billion years ago. At this point, all matter had gathered into a single bubble, which was just a tiny, hot ball with limitless density. The universe as we know it originated when this bubble suddenly exploded and began to grow. It is also still believed to be expanding over 14 billion years later. It has long been thought that the vast void of space that now separates the stars, the galaxies, and the cosmic web of large-scale structures in our universe didn't always exist. Instead, the Big Bang, a hot, homogeneous, dense, matter and radiation-filled explosion, caused the universe to expand and cool until it reached its present state. Although there have been many ideas over the years, the Big Bang has consistently garnered the most attention and proven to be accurate. All of this, however, seems to have changed, as the James Webb Telescope has some shocking things to say. Many eminent scientists, including astronauts, who had their own excellent and convincing reasons not to accept the Big Bang hypothesis, however, promptly rejected all of this. In fact, even the James Webb Telescope had something to uncover. Eric Lerner claims that the Big Bang hypothesis, which states that the universe has been expanding ever since it began 14 billion years ago, in a hot and dense condition, is refuted by the most recent James Webb Space Telescope images. Numerous technical, astronomical articles and pictures have been made available online from July 12th. The photographs show a very high number of galaxies, as well as galaxies that are extremely smooth, tiny, and old. As the authors of these articles constantly note, the overwhelming quantity of galaxies, however, appears to have created a panic, and the galaxies themselves appear to be extremely singular and incompatible with the Big Bang idea. Basically, it is thought that even if the universe is expanding, there's some sort of optical illusion at work that prevents galaxies from shrinking, as they're observed from a greater distance, unlike other objects in an expanding universe. The assumption also suggests that the brightness of the galaxy should have decreased as it moved away from us, and it should begin to increase once you pass a certain distance. Objects look larger in relation to their distance in regular, non-expanding space, which is a sharp contrast to what the James Webb Space Telescope has discovered. To put it another way, each galaxy found by the JWST is exactly the same size as the surrounding galaxies. This demonstrates that the universe might not even be growing or expanding, and may instead be a fixed size, which is very contrary to what the Big Bang hypothesis predicts. Now, literally, the two observations are at odds with one another. The JWST images reveal a pattern of getting progressively smaller. The new galaxies have redshifts that are 2 to 3 times greater than and virtually identical to the Hubble Space Telescope photographs, making even galaxies with greater light and mass than the Milky Way appear to be 2 to 3 times smaller in these images. That's not consistent with the phenomenon that is extending the cosmos. In 2014, we released conclusions based on Hubble Space Telescope images that showed galaxies with redshifts of up to 5 match the assumptions of non-expanding, ordinary space. So we're certain that the JWST would show the same thing, which it has, was explicitly mentioned in the report. Furthermore, if the Big Bang hypothesis is correct, there must be no galaxies older than the Big Bang. As the JWST stared further out into space and backwards in time, experts expected that there would be fewer and fewer galaxies, and eventually, none. A cosmic dark age. A paper to be published in Nature, on the other hand, demonstrates that galaxies the size of the Milky Way are common even hundreds of millions of years after the putative Big Bang. According to scientists, the new images show that there are at least 100,000 times as many galaxies as theorists predicted at redshifts larger than 10. There is no way that so many massive galaxies could have formed in such a short period of time, indicating once again that there was no Big Bang. After this research was made public and able to convince people that the universe possibly isn't actually expanding, another report came out with something different to say. According to it, the James Webb Space Telescope hasn't debunked the Big Bang, despite an article in August about a pseudoscientific hypothesis that misrepresented remarks from an astrophysicist to construct a false narrative that the Big Bang did not occur. In other words, the report revealed that Alison Kirkpatrick, an astrophysicist at the University of Kansas, who started the whole Big Bang not happening thing by quoting, "Right now I find myself lying awake at 3 a.m., wondering if everything I've ever done is wrong," now believes that his quote was severely misappropriated by Eric Lerner. It was a wise phrase. He added in his subsequent statement, "We now have additional evidence so that we can improve our theories," the scientist continued. "I try to be a pretty forthright person, and I meant what I stated, that all I had learned about the earliest galaxies based on earlier telescopic data wasn't the complete picture." Clearly, astronomers have yet again questioned this fundamental cosmological idea in a study that was recently published in the journal Astronomy and Astrophysics. The findings imply that, although the universe is expanding, it's not doing so uniformly in all directions. The temperature of hot gas in each galaxy cluster was measured when the researchers examined 800 galaxy clusters scattered around the cosmos. The brightness of the clusters as seen in the sky was then contrasted with the data. If the cosmos were truly isotropic, galaxy clusters at comparable distances and temperatures would have identical luminosities. That, however, wasn't the case. In fact, according to a quote from a new study, we saw structures with the same characteristics at similar temperatures showed to be less vibrant than we would assume in one direction of the sky, and brighter than we would expect in the other. The universe is anisotropic, which means that it has a different value when measured in different directions. Furthermore, despite being strange, the results don't indicate that the cosmos will run out of space more quickly in one way than another. The expansion of the universe doesn't require additional space, because space-time's very nature is altered by this expansion. Well, ultimately, a definitive solution to the topic of whether the universe is still expanding is still remaining to be discovered, despite all of the reports, the experiments, and even the observations to the contrary. One can only hope that this happens as soon as feasible. Well, everybody, that wraps up our video for today. We really appreciate you staying with us, so I'd appreciate it as well if you hit that subscribe button, and maybe give it a like, and notification bells too if you feel like it, all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll see you again soon.